Ever wondered how safe your online activities really are? How secure is your digital footprint? In the vast realm of the internet, privacy and security are paramount. Without adequate protection, your personal data might be at risk. There are solutions to these issues, and today we're going to talk about two of them. Introducing Liberty laptops from Calyx Solutions. These cutting-edge devices are meticulously designed to bolster online privacy, providing you the liberty to surf the internet incognito. The World Wide Web can be a wild frontier, but with Liberty laptops, your online privacy is always protected. We also present you crypto laptops, designed with cryptocurrency users in mind. Equipped to support a myriad of wallets and exchanges, these laptops are tailored for seamless cryptocurrency transactions. They offer enhanced security protocols to keep your digital assets safe. Crypto laptops ensures a secure and smooth cryptocurrency experience. It's time to take control of your online privacy and security. Venture over to Calyx Solutions and explore our Liberty laptops and crypto laptops. Don't forget, our affiliate program lets you earn $50 per sale. Visit calyxsolutions.io now or call 702-845-8276 for more information, because your online safety is our priority.
And we are live. Welcome to the show, folks. Another wonderful day in America and the world. But the good news, the Bitcoin's up. I think we hit 72,000. I think the chat will let me know. What's going on, Patrick?
Not much, man. Having fun. And then I did not check prices today. You know me. You know, just
whatevs.
Yeah.
Oh, how is how's the weather up in Arnold?
Right now, we're in the 50s, rainy. We're going to have rain through the end of the week into Sunday, maybe Sunday. But and we'll be okay. We can use it because of the drought. But east of here, into Illinois and Indiana, across to Cincinnati, we could see some flooding, which nobody needs. Again, I reiterate that. But I think we might hit 80 on Friday.
Yeah. Wait, did you say 80?
80 tornadoes. Yeah. but tornadoes and hail in Oklahoma, from Texas, Dallas up through Kansas City.
Yeah, it's Tornado Alley.
Yep.
All right, let's jump right in here. We got news today that Kraken, my boy Jesse, received a Federal Reserve license account. Oh yeah, where Kraken can now request funds from the Federal Reserve. This is what who's that gal out in Wyoming? Caitlin Long has been begging for forever and a day, and they give it to Kraken.
And it's not the last thing Jesse wants, but I don't know that he'll use it that often.
Well, I think he will use it just like the fucking banks use it. He can easily tap, because this is what's important, the overnight repo rate. He can easily use the overnight repo rate.
I get what he could do. But as a libertarian, I'm inclined to think that he might say, once you go down that road, there was a phrase that they used that I will not repeat about J. Edgar Hoover. Once a hoo-hoo, always a hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let's also remember he's no longer CEO. He is retired. From what I hear, he has a house in El Salvador and a house. He had one in Europe and he sold it because he said Europe was going to shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. All right. I didn't know that he stepped down from that.
yeah, he has a house in El Salvador and a house in Florida, or not a house in Florida. I think he's in a high rise in Florida. Yeah, I think so. And he's basically out. He's
Okay.
because I
Good
mean
for
the
him.
guy's like a billionaire now. So
Good
he's
for
like,
him.
I'm
He
done.
did his
I'm
time.
out. Yeah.
He did
Oh,
his
he
time.
did. He did. He was one of the only. Well, he's like Brian Armstrong, except a lot more libertarian and a lot larger balls.
Right. Right.
And it's interesting though because uh, Kate Caitlin Long, she was rejected, I think, like 4 or 5 times, and
Mm-hmm.
he applied once, and he got approved. You see, I think Caitlin Long has earned that fucking license. I mean, and she's worked her ass off. She's hired lawyers. She's went to court. She's like always really on the edge of that. And then they grant a license to Kraken. Now, mind you, I do not know the new CEO. So I don't know how he's running it. I don't know who he is. I think that Jesse realized, look, I have really brought this thing as far as I can, and hired a CEO and was like, just make it profitable. And so this guy's like, okay, I'm going to tap into the banking system, and which is how it will be profitable.
Sure.
Because I mean,
Sure.
and Jamie Dimon's freaking the fuck out. You know, he's like, we just, what kills me is this motherfucker's got the balls. He's on national TV. I think it was Bloomberg or something like that. And he's arguing that they just want equal treatment. They just want a fair, playing field. And I'm like, you crooked motherfucker. You, because and I'll just be honest. I had 3 friggin' checking accounts at his bank, and they closed all of them. Then we recently, and this is what's crazy. Everyone's like, oh, choke point 2.0 is over. Thank God. Bullshit. Recently, I had 3 checking accounts at a major bank. All of a sudden, I get a letter. Hey, yeah, that money you got in there, we're going to need you to get that the fuck out of our bank. And what's their reason? No reason. And they're like, yeah, this decision is final. And I'm like, okay, this is what we have been dealing with forever and a day, because we are associated with Bitcoin. And now what's going on is all of the big banks are actually getting involved in it. So they aren't going to help their competition. And it's fucking banks. This is I'm watching the fucking chat, and it's our friend is a dipshit. But what see, isn't it crazy how as soon as shit kind of like gets a little exciting in the world, all of a sudden you got these fucking accounts from everywhere hop on your fucking chat and be like, blah, 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 blah. You are cattle. Am I? Well, I have never seen, oh, look what the cattle can do. You shithead, get the fuck out of here. Oh, hang on a second.
What? No, you did the wrong cat.
Oh, I hit
Jimmy.
the wrong guy. Sorry, Jimmy. Hang on a second. I wonder if I can change that. Oh, I got to go back in and I got to unblock Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy. Yeah, well, shit. Hang on one second. All right, so
He's back.
Oh, he's back. Okay, good. Yeah, it. What can you do? All right, so we have the major fucking banks are all whining and crying, and Trump slapped the shit out of them yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and it was about the Genius Act. It wasn't clarity.
Yeah. It's all of it.
Yeah, it is. It's intertwined. Absolutely.
Because they know they can't have any competition. And what fucking kills me is their argument is if they're allowed to do this, it will bring the banking system down. Yeah, that's the fucking point, shit brains. Is you have robbed us, you have cheated us, you have fucking debanked us, you have done all this shit to us. Now that we're winning, you're like, oh, we're the victim. Our big bank, our huge multi-trillion-dollar bank is a victim.
Well, that's what Trump was saying yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's these motherfuckers have ruled the world for hundreds of years. And now there's a weapon against them. And all of a sudden we're victims. We're just the average guy's bank. We're worried about protecting the people. Really? Are you son of a bitch? Because you didn't have a problem with Jeffrey Epstein, but you have a problem with me? This is why we got into this. This is not a silent revolution anymore. We've grown and we have influence in Washington, D.C. Something else. This is what pisses me off. Trump goes after the banks. All right. Well, how about you actually go after the representatives that the banks fucking bought? Because the banks aren't casting a yay or nay vote. It's the politicians that are in the pockets of the bank. And look, I mean, we have legislation, the SAVE Act. 83% of Americans, not Republicans, not Democrats, 83% of Americans agree with the legislation. And we have the House of Representatives like, we don't have the votes. No, you do. You do got the votes from the people. You just don't have the votes from the legislators who are trying to rob us of our votes. See, and this is why I'm at where I'm at. Fuck Washington, fuck the government, fuck the whole system. I'm done with them. I am officially done with the fucking federal government. And there's a rumor going around. And this rumor is from Washington, D.C. California is looking to secede. They're looking at I know what I'm right there with you initially, but they're looking to secede and launch their own state currency. Now, this is a rumor, just a rumor. So take it for what the fuck that's worth. I can definitely see how California, Illinois, Minnesota, all of these places, we're at a technological point where they could secede into the internet. Because the reason the Civil War worked out the way it did was there wasn't another system that they could implement, and California work with Illinois, or Illinois work with Minnesota. Now we do have a system for that. We have blockchain. We have the internet. Because the leverage that the South had on the North was cotton and tobacco and all of these other commodities. Well, now we have a different world where all of the ledgers are all digital now. So it's a whole new environment where I think, and let me know your thoughts on this, I think that the USA, the United States of America, is going to have a digital civil war and a digital separation. Now, I'm not saying right now. It's just this looks like the way we're headed. What are your thoughts on that?
I could see where that could come into play. I could see that it wouldn't necessarily be a civil war either. I think it could be something that could work for the folks on either side who want to do business. Of course, there'd have to be, I mean, if you think about it, there'd have to be customs checkpoints all along the northern coast of northern border of California and the eastern border of California, because trade would be going, items would be shipped in and out. It would just become a really friggin' big mess. And then there's a tax issue. It could happen. I don't know that anybody has the patience for it. And I think actually, and I know by law that they can't do it.
Well, according to the law, the Civil War wasn't supposed to be legal.
Oh, I understand that, but there's a lot more in the way of cudgels and just baseball bats available now for the federal government to just bludgeon the shit out of the state of California and anybody else who decides that they're going to join in.
Well, let's think about this. Would Trump resist it?
I don't know. I think that he would. I think that he would primarily because of the revenue, and not everybody who's in the state of California is for what the state of California does.
True.
So he can't abandon them.
Well, it's kind of, they have no power. All of the Republicans or the conservatives in California, they don't really have any representation in the overall California venue. So, although he's looking at him like, well, I don't want to leave you guys behind, but you're also kind of behind fucking enemy lines already. And they're totally losing their mind, and we're wasting federal dollars in fucking California all the time.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying, and not just there. You know, I mean, Massachusetts, New York, Illinois, Minnesota, Washington, Oregon, New Mexico. Yeah, there. I believe it was. I believe it was Reagan. I'm not quite sure, but he referred to Mexico as that great sucking sound to the south. I mean, we have a number of these situations where there's a great sucking sound coming from our own states.
Yeah.
We still have to resolve the bullet train in California. What was it, 154 billion? That's what we know of.
Yeah, yeah. And they have like a couple of feet done or something, maybe. Maybe
Oh, yeah,
100 yards.
Yeah. They have regulated themselves into a hole, no pun intended, that they can't get out of. Everything requires EPA testing. And oh, look, we found the skeletons of a darter snail that's back from 2 million years ago. We can't disturb this archaeological dig.
Yeah. Now the question is, see, for California, I could see it working because they have a big economy. They really do. Illinois, not so much of an economy. If it wasn't for ethanol, Illinois would be dead. Because 80% of the corn we grow is for ethanol.
And soybeans, yeah.
Yeah, it's and for anybody who knows anything on engines, it's horrible for engines. Horrible. it totally fucking destroys your engine because it's an oily substance, unlike gasoline, which is not. It gasoline is not a lubricant. Ethanol is. They call it ethanol, but it's not. It doesn't evaporate like fucking gasoline does. And so you have California, which could secede and live. Would the people who lived in fucking California live well? I don't think so.
Well, on that topic alone, they've lost refineries like nobody's business. They're importing fuel. 80% of it comes from outside this country.
Yes, let's also remember they have a law that all vehicles in California must actually be electric by 2030.
Correct. Now you tell me how your arcane infrastructure, your grid is going to support that. Because what I use for air conditioning in California, I'm going to have to sit there and, as opposed to, do I get my prescriptions or do I get my food? I'm now choosing between air conditioning or powering my EV.
Yeah.
And dollars to donuts. EVs can only be charged in the evening.
Yeah. It's all right. Here's an example of how ridiculous this is. I'm heading west. All right. I'm heading towards Las Vegas area. It's windy as shit. I'm on Highway 10, I think, or Highway 20.
No, it's 10. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Wind's blowing me all around. I'm in an RV. So this motherfucker's a kite. All right. It's blowing me all around. I'm driving through an area that has a ton of windmills. Just
None of them are turning.
None of them are turning. And it's blowing like you ain't never seen it blow.
They have restrictors. When the wind is above a certain amount, they have to turn them off. Otherwise, they'll burn out the turbines.
Are you serious?
Yep.
So when the source of your energy is too powerful, you shut off your shit little fucking fans because it will generate too much electricity.
No, it's not that it's going to generate too much electricity. The unit itself cannot withstand the battering that's taking place, the spin, the revolutions on the fan itself.
That sounds like an engineering flaw.
Well, I think the flaw starts well before that.
Oh, I agree with that. The whole concept flaw is fucked up.
Yeah. And you know, beyond this, we talk about a distribution issue.
Yeah.
It's never there when you really need it.
Yeah. Plus your line loss, because these are out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And they're generating electricity, of course, when it's not too windy, you know. And they have to run all the way to where the energy will be used. Every hundred miles, you lose about 10% of your watts.
Easily.
Because of line loss.
Easily.
And so, number one, if it gets too windy, they just shut down. So basically, they're just really big fucking paperweights.
Yeah. And the material that they manufacture them out of can't be recycled.
Yeah. And here's what's ridiculous. It takes 8 years for one of those to generate the electricity that it took to build the motherfuckers.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, 8 years.
Wow.
Let that sink in. And remember, 8 years, you have maintenance, you have, whatever it hit, whatever happens, that's just to produce the windmill. And these are ugly. These are heading through there. If they didn't have all these fucking windmills that weren't turning, that whole area would be beautiful. It's just a beautiful range.
Those things are an eyesore, beyond an eyesore. And what's funny is all of this information never really made it into the final cut of An Inconvenient Truth.
Oh, I didn't know this. There
I
are
saw that.
700 gallons of lubricating oil required each large windmill service. Jesus Christ.
There's another selling point.
Yeah, hey, so I wonder if that's why the oil companies really got behind these wind things. They're like, they use that much oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're totally cool with wind power.
Well, not just that. I mean, the guys who were able to get into the manufacturing of this joke made money hand over fist. And that they were joined at the hip with the politicians who created the legislation if they weren't the ones who lobbied for it in the first place.
Let's remember who was the agent that worked with the federal government to have these built. It was Al Gore.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not joking about the name. The name of his agency in Europe is Blood and Gore. I swear to God, his partner's last name is Blood. So they named it Blood and Gore. And they were the leasing agent for the federal government for all of these windmills. Gee, Al Gore, wonder why you were so big on renewables and fucking windmills and shit.
And the solar panels.
Yeah. Now, solar panels, I'm starting to kind of change my mind on these because they're finally reaching a point where their efficiency and their fucking conversion rate is really getting good. Now, problem is, solar only happens during the day. And if it's cloudy, a little bit less. But for an RV or something like that, solar's fucking not bad.
Oh, sure it is. But the farms, I mean, we talk about a concern around global warming, and yet you have these sheets on the surface of the earth that are collecting the sun, and the heat associated with that is phenomenal. Not just that. There was a company out of China. Harry Reid hooked these guys up, and they were going to have solar panel farms out in Nevada. And they built these things, and they were towers with panels on them. And birds were just flying through there, frying like it was like French Fry City.
What about the snails?
Yeah, exactly. And the environmentalists are all about, we need wind, we need solar power. And you tell them about the collateral damage associated with what they're doing. And it's like, no big deal. We'll give it to the homeless.
Now, Elon Musk is on to something. He's launching these satellites that are going to be the data center 4X, XAI, right? These are satellites out in outer space with solar panels. Now, the key is these are outside of our atmosphere. Our atmosphere actually blocks about 92% of the energy from the sun. These things are going to run on solar energy out in outer space where there's no clouds, there's no weather, there's no nighttime. All right, there's none of that shit. Oh, that's smart. All right, hang on one second. Word from the sponsor.
Ever wondered how safe your online activities really are? How secure is your digital footprint? In the vast realm of the internet, privacy and security are paramount. Without adequate protection, your personal data might be at risk. There are solutions to these issues, and today we're going to talk about two of them. Introducing Liberty laptops from Calyx Solutions. These cutting-edge devices are meticulously designed to bolster online privacy, providing you the liberty to surf the internet incognito. The World Wide Web can be a wild frontier, but with Liberty laptops, your online privacy is always protected. We also present you crypto laptops, designed with cryptocurrency users in mind. Equipped to support a myriad of wallets and exchanges, these laptops are tailored for seamless cryptocurrency transactions. They offer enhanced security protocols to keep your digital assets safe. Crypto laptops ensures a secure and smooth cryptocurrency experience. It's time to take control of your online privacy and security. Venture over to Calyx Solutions and explore our Liberty laptops and crypto laptops. Don't forget, our affiliate program lets you earn $50 per sale. Visit calyxsolutions.io now or call 7028458276 for more information, because your online safety is our priority.
And I am back. Not Patrick. He's still using the old man's room. So, we're at a point where we're at war everywhere. We're at war in Iran. We're at war in Washington, D.C. We're at war. And at the heart of it, we all know, is the money. The problem is we have broken money. We have the Federal Reserve, which from the beginning's job was to create broken money. And now what a lot of people and a lot of countries, did you see the price of fucking Bitcoin in Iran? It skyrocketed. Not because the price went up in Bitcoin. The value of their currency went down. It dropped like a rock. Why is that? Why aren't all of those people, why aren't they running into the dollar? Because they don't have access to the dollar. They have access to the Bitcoin, but they don't have access to the dollar. Now, what we have with Jamie Dimon and all these other shitheads is we're at war with the old system. The old system's going to lose. And when I say lose, I don't mean Jamie Dimon and all of the banks are just going to collapse and just go away. No. They're going to shrink in influence. Because why would you hold your money at a bank that you know hates you? Especially now that we have other options, because now we have Strike, we have Coinbase. We are launching this at our private key credit union where you can have a credit card linked with your Bitcoin. You never sell your Bitcoin. It's just linked. If you have $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, you have a credit limit that is set off of that. There's no application for a credit check. They don't give a fuck about your credit. None of that, because they're holding an asset and giving you credit off of that at a much lower interest rate. And this is the future, because it's the problem with the Federal Reserve is the reserve part. And of course, it ain't federal. But the reserves they hold is U.S. Treasury bonds. The more bonds they print, the less the dollar's worth. So they hold an asset that's losing real value. Well, not a very good asset. That's like that's like if I said, all right, guys, I'm a prepper, so I'm going to prepare for an emergency, because that's what a reserve is. It's an asset you hold for an emergency. If I was a prepper and I said, all right, guys, shit's getting crazy. I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy a bunch of bananas. Thank God. Well, how valuable nutrients-wise are those fucking bananas going to last? Not very long. Not a very good reserve of calories for a prepper. That's what the Federal Reserve is they're like, don't worry, we have treasury bonds, which should be known. That's why should the banana bond. Every year it gets more and more rotten. Hell, every 6 months it gets more and more rotten.
Hey, there's a question from John Campbell.
Oh, okay.
One above.
Okay. Do you think the Senate will vote on the Market Structure Bill Act without the banks agreeing on stablecoin yield? I don't know if it will pass, because they got a lot of fucking politicians in their pocket. And really, to tell you the truth, I hope it doesn't pass. Because, and this is the problem with America right now, is we're asking for permission in an environment of freedom.
Right. Right.
Right. This laws are not there to help you. They're there to make sure you follow their rules. That's what laws are. Laws are not there to free you. That's why they're fucking laws. Right? And laws are not there to protect the consumer. They're there to protect the system. That's what the banks are arguing for. We have to protect the system. Let's make sure the laws are set up to protect the system. That's why laws are absolutely bullshit. Because laws are only shit written down on a piece of paper, and then if someone breaks the law, then you send out your thugs, whether they're lawyers or officers. Remember, the only reason laws work is because the government has a monopoly on violence, supposedly. Well, Revolutionary War, we broke laws when we had the Revolutionary War. Laws don't mean right. Laws don't mean just. Laws are system. Laws are created by the system for the system.
I don't think that enough light has been shed on the bank's unwillingness to have an adult conversation about cryptocurrencies and their system.
Yeah.
I really don't. And all too often, we're seeing people who line up relative to whether they're getting their palms greased or not. I mean, you see the Elizabeth Warrens and the Cory Bookers immediately go to the aid of banks.
Absolutely. Because
And the guys who aren't getting their palms greased are letting us know that they're on our side, and it is an us and them fight.
yeah, the problem I have is, and this is just me, maybe you're arguing with lawmakers. That's a relatively new term in history. They used to be called representatives, but now they're lawmakers. So they make the laws. We're arguing with people in the system that are on the side of the banks who are also in the system. And like, John, I'm assuming you're a lawyer. I don't know. So do not take offense to this, but lawyers work for the system. There's no lawyer out there that is going to help you take the system down because they are a member of the system. That's why they're on the bar, and so we're arguing with legislators who they are the system. The legislators are the system. It's exactly what it's like up in Washington, D.C. You cannot change Washington, D.C. because Washington, D.C. is the system. The system is not going to change itself because the system's job is to grow the system, to increase its influence. Once you look at the federal government as a company, it makes sense. Because here's a great example. Apple. Apple has the App Store. They choose who's in their system. If you don't play by their rules, if they don't like, trust me, I have been trying to launch an app on Apple for 2 years. They won't approve my app. No matter what I do, I've changed it, I've rearranged it, I have done everything they have said to do for approval. Nope. Every single time. My app for our clubs gets rejected. Every single time. Because they don't like me or they don't like whatever. So I'm not allowed in their ecosystem. That's what the federal government is. They have all of us. They have Illinois, Florida, California. We're in their system, and they regulate us accordingly. That, oh, sorry, you broke federal law. See, I myself, now that we're living in this new world where we have the internet and we have a lot of ledgers, because that's what the federal government originally was a ledger of ownership and rights. And that ledger was enforced using the Supreme Court. Now we have a federal government who has worked its claws into everywhere. We have welfare, we got this, we got that, we got this, we got regulations here, regulations. We have more regulations than we have citizens. And that's not a fucking exaggeration. Do you know all of the regulations? No. And why does the government hand out licenses? If you're a lawyer, you go to law school, you're learning the system. And then once you learn their law system, legal system good enough, they issue you a license so you can practice law. Abraham Lincoln did not have a law license. Do you know why? Because there wasn't a fucking registry. There wasn't a bar. Lawyers were reputationally rewarded, not license rewarded. See, here's a great example. I'm an ex-truck driver. I've never had an accident with a truck, ever. I know a lot of truck drivers who have a ton of accidents, but they still have a license. So reputational, I'm a good driver. Reputational, they're a bad driver. But we both had the same fucking license. So how good's the license? None. It's just a registry of regulation, so they can regulate you. The problem with America, and the reason America's slowly going down, and as long as we have this regulatory system on top of us, the American people will go down. The country will go down. Because regulations limit opportunity. That's it. If we did not have regulations, we wouldn't have an energy problem right now. We'd have a shit ton of nuclear plants all over this fucking country, and we would not have an energy problem. And I've had several people be like, well, yeah, but those nuclear power plants without regulations, they just melt down. Are you fucking retarded? You think the people that are going to build these are literally going to say, you know what, just to save a little money, let's make these walls about 2 inches thick? No, and I have no problem with local regulations. No problem at all. I have no problem if California never puts up a nuclear plant. Hey, that's California's fucking problem. But the federal regulations is the problem. That's what the problem. See, this is why people need to learn fucking history. All right, Roe versus Wade. Everyone's like, that's about abortion. No, you fucking fucktards. Roe versus Wade was the precedent for national regulation of individuals. That's what Roe versus Wade was. They used abortion for the emotional hook because they needed precedents that the federal government could regulate individuals. That's what Roe versus Wade was. And how did they market it? Well, women have the right for an abortion. They're free to have an abortion. They didn't give a fuck about whether women were free or not. They wanted the precedence that the federal government could write regulation against individuals. That's what that was for. But of course, we have two, and I don't blame people because they were educated in a system that was built by the system. It's why we have a bunch of retards running around right now, because they were educated by retards. This is the second generation of retards running around right now, not sure if they're a guy or a girl, because they were educated by liberal, retarded women and liberal, retarded men who were also teachers who didn't want to get yelled at by the liberal, retarded women. When you have retards teaching retards, they're not even going to learn how to be good retards. So every generation, you have a lower level of retardedness. This is the world we're living in. You want to know why America's in such a fucking retarded place? Because half of our fucking population's fucking retarded. It's just the truth, and we all know it. Look at California. You can't throw a rock without hitting a fucking retard. I mean, and it's the system's fault, because the system removes responsibility and replaces it with legislation. When you remove responsibility, you remove the ability to learn from your mistakes. And that's how you gain knowledge and wisdom, because you learn what works and what doesn't work. Well, if you're not allowed, if the regulations are like, well, you can't do that, you do not learn how to logically think. Our schools were based on memorization, not critical thinking. And this is what happens when you educate a society to memorize shit. Because then they just look at the textbook, and that textbook is a representative of the narrative from the government. So when you graduate, because you've memorized enough bullshit that half of it ain't even fucking true, then you go out in the real world, you're just looking for the next narrative. You don't know how to critically think. So you look to the government and say, oh, these laws are the new textbook. I got to memorize these laws. instead of learning how to critically think your way out of a situation, you look for the regulations to place in front of yourself. And the regulations are built so that all of your effort, all of your energy is funneled in a certain direction. This is how regulation controls our economy.
And it's all because we started handing out helmets.
Abso-fucking-lutely. There's a lot of children that shouldn't have made it past the age of 6. And that's okay. It's okay if children, on their own doing, they knock their heads off and they're dead.
They become an example.
Yeah, because the other kids are going to look over and go, Johnny's dead. I'm not going to do what Johnny did. Security is the poison of a society. That's what it is. See, what ruined football? Helmets. Just saying. I like rugby. Do you know why? Ain't no fucking helmets. It regulates the players. All right, Patrick, we have a show here in about an hour. Can you let everyone know where and how they can get one of our laptops or our tablets?
Sure. Well, to see the show, you must be a Calyx customer. And if you are a Calyx customer and are not watching the show or participating, you can go to the portal, and within the portal, there's a tab there called the Calyx Cyber Suite. Select that, and go in and choose your subscription. There's 2 different ones, and we'll send you an email for the live show. You can also go into the archive and check that out. We have laptops for crypto laptops and Liberty laptops, and we have tablets that perform the same tasks. You can buy cryptos on the crypto tablet, and the Liberty tablet is used for going out onto the web, doing research in a protected fashion, stealthy, and not trackable. Those are available on the site as well. Also, we are in the midst of kicking tires. We're pretty much done kicking the tires. We just need to get the site updated for the Linux version of both the crypto laptop and the Liberty laptop, which will not have any AI built into it. And the security in that system is much more rigorous than what we currently have. So we're building a better version for you to go out there and trade cryptos, as well as go out and do research on the web. So, and that is by call. You can call us at 702-845-8276, or go to our website, which is calyxsolutions.io.
Absolutely. All right, everyone who has one of our laptops, we will see you in about an hour. All right, Patrick. I'll see you there, brother.
All right, adios. Thanks for watching, folks.
All right, bye-bye, guys.
Ever wondered how safe your online activities really are? How secure is your digital footprint? In the vast realm of the internet, privacy and security are paramount. Without adequate protection, your personal data might be at risk. There are solutions to these issues, and today we're going to talk about 2 of them. Introducing Liberty laptops from Calyx Solutions. These cutting-edge devices are meticulously designed to bolster online privacy, providing you the liberty to surf the internet incognito. The World Wide Web can be a wild frontier, but with Liberty laptops, your online privacy is always protected. We also present you crypto laptops designed with cryptocurrency users in mind. Equipped to support a myriad of wallets and exchanges, these laptops are tailored for seamless cryptocurrency transactions. They offer enhanced security protocols to keep your digital assets safe. Crypto laptops ensures a secure and smooth cryptocurrency experience. It's time to take control of your online privacy and security. Venture over to Calyx Solutions and explore our Liberty laptops and crypto laptops. Don't forget, our affiliate program lets you earn $50 per sale. Visit calyxsolutions.io now or call 7028458276 for more information, because your online safety is our priority.